Morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Love 500 and welcome back to a Boxing Day video. Today is a new project. Yes, another new project. Let's show you the bidding, first of all. Actually, I didn't bid, I'd already won it. It was on reserve. Let me show you what the reserve price was and show you what happened and explain to you as we go along, and then we'll show you the delivery and then we'll have a little walk around. So stay tuned, strap in, get yourself a beer or a coffee, depending on what time of the day you're watching it. It's Christmas after all. Let's go, let's do it. Just had a bid on this car in Salvage. Can I scroll down a bit? Let's zoom in on the pictures. Okay, so what we have here is a 2018 Popstar. So it's a spec'd up pop basically. So it's got the alloys. I think it's got aircon. Not sure what else it's got. So obviously that would be the newest car that I've had if I win it. I have already won it, I say if I win it, but it's on reserve. Yeah, standard pop interior, it's a bit dirty, the usual thing. 53,000 miles. It is a Cat N, so it's going to need, at the very least, a front panel, probably a radiator, probably aircon, if it's got aircon, bonnet, bumper, possibly headlight lugs. Trim looks okay. It's in another one in Glam Coral as well. Yeah, it has got aircon. You can see the little star there on the heater control, so it has got aircon. There's no picture of the bonnet up, so I guess it's actually probably jammed down, I would think. So I won that today. Hammer price was £2,050. It's on reserve, and they've counterbid me £3,250. Now, obviously, I'm not going to accept that. I'm going to do what I always do and what most people do, and if you don't, you're making a mistake, is you stay at your bid. So you stay at 2,050. You can up it if you want, but I'm not going to. I never have and I never will. I'm going to stay at 2,050. Your final bid, 2,050. Seller's minimum bid, 250. Your counter bid, 2,050. Press the button. See what they say. Now this actually happened on the fake R bath. Not the fake R bath, sorry, the R bath that was meant to be an R bath that wasn't an R bath. We went backwards and forwards. They kept coming down £100 here and there, £100 there, and eventually they accepted my price. Obviously we know the history of that one, but let's see what happens with this one. And I will come back once I've received, which will probably be another counter bid. Failing that, if they just don't accept it, then it will be back on sale again next week, I imagine. But I will be back and let you know. So, yes, as you see, here's the car. And yes, your eyes do not deceive you. It's another Glam Coral car. This one is not a pop. This one is a Popstar. So, what am I going to call it? Well, I thought I'd call it Kylie. Don't ask me why. Well, she's a pop star, isn't she? So this is Project Kylie. Welcome to Project Kylie. So I need to get more pop stars because there's so many names I could use. But this one, that's the first name that came into my head. Project Kylie. So, yes, a 2018, check it, a 2018 Popstar, newest car that I've had. Despite what it looks like at the front, this is actually only a Cat N, but probably the reason for that is because, as you can see there, it is a high impact. So it's missed the bars. So what it looks like there is that bar was completely untouched. Completely untouched. Now, this bumper is in a bit of a 2 and 8, as you can see. There are numerous cracks in it. I'm not going to use it on this car, but I'm wondering if I could actually repair that, you know. It depends on what the underneath bit's like when I get it off, but with a bit of heat, that bit would push out. And the only crack really, the only break really, apart from this small one here, is this bit. Now, I don't know whether there's bits of plastic missing or not here, but even if there is, that's covered up by that. And I'm hoping I might be able to resurrect this. It is a bit cracked. There aren't any on eBay, and they are really expensive, so I'm going to see if I can resurrect that bit. So I'm not expecting any damage to the chassis legs. I'm not expecting any damage to either of the reinforcement bars. That's toast. That's toast. I don't know whether I'll be able to resurrect those or not. We will see. So it's raining. It's a horrible day. Today is Thursday, in case you hadn't realised. Thursday the 22nd. You'll be seeing this on Boxing Day. So let's have a good look. As you may have noticed on the pictures that I've just shown you from where I bid on it, or where I'd won it, there were no pictures of the engine. So I haven't tried to get that bonnet up yet. I'm assuming it's jammed, so that could be interesting, trying to get that up. But we'll try and do that during this walk around anyway. So price-wise, as you saw there, they counter-bid me. Twice they counter-bid me. I stuck to my £2,050, and then on Monday morning they accepted it, which I certainly expected them to do. So that is always a top tip. No matter how much you really want that car, stick to your bid. More often than not, they will eventually accept it. Sometimes they'll counter bid 3 or 4 times. They only counter bid on this one twice, but sometimes 3 or 4 times, sometimes even more, as I'm sure other people will tell you. But they accepted it eventually. So it was 2,050 quid. It was 2,500 and just over 2,550 or something at the door. Delivery was by another new driver, which have been recommended to me by Alex at Car Salvage 101. £100 from Sandwich to me, which is pretty good, pretty damn good. So yes, so that is the driver you saw in the footage that put the car down the driveway for me whilst I was chatting with my neighbour outside. Yeah, so let's do the walk around. I haven't had a look in it yet. I've driven it up the drive to turn it round, and that's about it. It's got a nice clutch on it. It's 50-something thousand miles. I think we'd already looked at that on the actual on the listing, but we'll have a good look through it anyway. So yeah, let's do it. So I think these videos, the walk around videos, are my favourite video. Possibly trumped by the final video, but it's often my favourite video, and I often find stuff in the car as well. This car, I don't think there's going to be anything in it. I think it's been cleared out. Going by the picture that was in the boot. In fact, we'll go to the boot first. So if you'd noticed that picture, it's absolutely rotten. Look at that. Absolutely rotten. Now, what is it in there? There's a nail there. Someone's been to the dump, haven't they? Someone's used this car and gone to the dump. Looks like it's got mould growing there as well. Yeah. I think there's what looks like a couple of snail shells. Someone's been doing some gardening and they've used this to go do a dump run. Nice, thanks for that. We haven't got a spare, I don't think. No, with no spare, we got the old pump and bottle, which look unused. Ah, great news. Lock and wheel nut key. That's the first one I think I've had, apart from the Bath. I think this is the first one that I've had that hasn't had a spare wheel. But that's fine, I don't mind. Right, that's it. There's nothing else to write home about in the boot. Excuse me, I just stopped then for a second. I had a coughing fit. So that looks quite. Lick me finger. I don't know if that's just. I don't know what that is. You wouldn't expect that to look so grey on a relatively new car, would you? That one is as well, and that one. Maybe it's just dirt. I don't know. It's difficult to tell. But if we open the door, we have. Muck off fast action bike cleaner. Okay, I don't have a bike, that can go in the bin. No manuals, nothing in there. It's the thing with the old style cars, when you haven't got the cubby hole, you know, the door on the front of it, you can see whether there's manuals in there. On these you can't. Don't think there's a drop-down panel on there, no. So nothing, no manuals, nothing. Nice ribbon wrapped around the back of the seat. Oh, we don't have a... Oh, this is a Popstar, isn't it? Which is basically a Popstar is a spec'd up pop. So it hasn't got a glass roof, which is not the end of the world, because the glass roofs just cause condensation in these cars in the winter and make them too hot in the summer. So I'm not too bothered about that. So yeah, I mean, seats will need a clean. I will valet the seats with a wet machine, but it's not too bad actually. I've seen a lot worse. But yeah, it will get the normal Love 500 treatment. So that's that side. And the wipers like it as well. They're not black, they're all funny shade of grey. I wonder if someone's used some dodgy spray on it, on all the black bits. Yeah, like it this side as well, they're all like it. How weird. Never seen that before. We've got a creaking door. It's not hitting the wing or anything like that. It's just creaking. Guess it needs a bit of oil or grease on the check strap or on the hinge. Probably on the check strap actually. What we got in there? Nothing. A couple of little bits of paper. That's it. So damage wise, obviously I've already shown you the front damage. We've got nice alloys, the new shape alloys obviously, which are nice. So that's one of the differences in between a Pop and a Popstar. Nice set of alloys. It has got like the Pop rear bumper. Oh look, that's like it as well. I'm sure I'll get that cleaned up. The car is quite dirty. Doesn't show up so much on this colour, but it is quite dirty. So there's no damage whatsoever to the rear. Yeah, all good on the rear. Let's go down this side first. I mean, once it's clean, it might show some scratches, I suppose, but doesn't appear to be any damage whatsoever. The seals are all okay. That wing is spot on. That's not been damaged at all. We've got a little dig in there, so we will have to do something with that. We'll probably fill that, because there is actually a little that's gone right up there and dug in. So we can try and pull it out, but we'll probably need to fill that, I would imagine. The wheels, as far as I can see, don't look curbed. Tyres all look okay, I think. I think the MOT runs out in April, so we will get it MOT'd. As I say, it is only a Cat N. When was it damaged? Does it say on here? Pickup date 15th of November. Yeah, so they've had it a little while. Yeah, wheels dirty, but they all look okay. I think this side, again, very, very minor little scratch just there. Nothing much to write home about. No damage to the seals that side. No damage to the door. No damage to the rear quarter. No damage to the roof as far as I can see. Aerial's there for once. Windscreen is all okay. Looks like it's got fairly new wipers on it by the looks of them. So the only damage we have is this, the obvious. So luckily, a lot of the trim is okay. I don't know whether that's going to be all right or not. I won't really know until such time as I get it off. I can't see any breaks in it, so I think it's just bent back with the bumper. But until I get the bumper off, I won't know for sure. Number plates are all good. I probably won't bother replacing those. I'm hoping I might be able to do something with this and try and glue it and repair it, because there's none on eBay whatsoever, and I think they are about 70 quid. I will call up the Fiat dealers and see how much they sell them for, just on the off chance. I have ordered some brackets for the headlight. I don't know whether the headlight's going to be broken, like, you know, the outside of it is going to be broken or not. If it is, that'll have to be binned, but I have bought a new one. Same goes to the DRL. I don't know whether that's in one piece or not, whether it's just the tabs. Hopefully I can save it, because they are damn expensive. I managed to get a headlight with a broken lug, with one broken lug, for 60 quid, I think it was, which is really cheap for a facelift one. But the DRLs, you know, you're talking, for an unbroken one, you're talking for well over 100 quid. You just don't really see them for any decent prices. They're so much more expensive than the old shape ones. So the only bit of trim that's broken, I think, is that one. As I say, which I'm going to have a go at repairing. So I shouldn't need a bottom bar, I shouldn't need a top bar. I don't know whether the rad's gone, I don't know whether the front panel's gone. I imagine the front panel certainly will be. Possibly the rad, possibly the air conditioning condenser. But again, we won't really know until such time as we get the bumper off. But I am going to have a go at repairing that at my leisure. So again, you know, it probably won't be for this car, because what I intend to possibly do, as you know, I've got the other car in this colour, the Pop, with that bumper that I've got to change. And I have got a bumper which I've had for about 2-3 weeks, which is still sitting out there in the back garden. I haven't even unwrapped it. But my plan is to use that bumper on the other car. But if I take that bumper off the Pop car, you know, we've got a problem with it here. If we don't use this bumper and I cut a piece off, I can plastic weld that piece onto that other bumper and it might fit, because that's a good bumper apart from that. Or if I could fix this good enough, it's got to be good, it's an 18 plate, it's got to be good. If I can fix that well, reuse it, because it looks like none of the tabs are broken or anything like that, as far as I can tell. Can't really tell on that one, it possibly is on that one, but it all looks pretty much solid to me. So yeah, I think what we need to try and do is just quickly get this bonnet open, don't we, and have a look. And then if the front panel is as I'm expecting it to be, bent backwards, pushed backwards, then we need to get one ordered. Now there is a fella that I bought off before who's a 15-minute drive from me, who has got, it's an old shape one, but they're the same. I think they're the same. Front panel, radiator and condenser. He's got it for £100. He has had it for months and he's not sold it. Literally months. Since sort of springtime. He had it when last time I bought something off of him, which was way back in this year. And he's still got it. He's got it over £100. So I've got his phone number, so I don't need to go through eBay. I can send him a message and say, look, will you accept 80 quid for it cash? I'll come and get it. And I think he'll probably say yes. If not, then I'll pay him 100 quid for it, but I think he will. As I say, he's had it for literally months, and he's probably had it almost a year, if not longer. So I'll tell you when it was. If you, for those of you who follow me for some time, if you remember when we had our bath that was stolen, that was pointing out to me, that was literally around the corner from his house. That was the last time I bought something, and that was months and months ago, earlier on this year. Probably, I don't know, March, April, May, something like that. Quite some time ago. So anyway, let's. I'm going to set you up on a tripod. I'm going to see if we can get this get this bonnet open and have a look at the engine, assuming there's one in there. Oh no, we know there's an engine because I've I started it, so I know there's an engine there. Right, let's do it. Let's see if we can get it open. Right, so first things first, we'll try it the old-fashioned way. Let's just. I'm sure we don't need to, but I'm gonna flick the catch. Made a noise. Not sure it's released anything. Oh, no. Oh, look at that. Easy. Oh, easy peasy. Oh my God. Can you see that? Let me just put that up. Oh dear, that's funny. That is funny. Let me just clip that back in for a minute. Oh my God. It's me saying, I've got to take you off the tripod so you can see it properly. It's me saying, oh, I wonder if the front panel's gone. Look at the state of it. Oh my God. Not only is the front panel gone, it's destroyed the airbox as well. Might be able to resurrect that bit. We need a new airbox, which I don't think I've got, so I might have to order one of those. I think we can, yeah, radiator's gone. So I think, as this is an 18 plate, even if I buy that front panel off that bloke, I think I'm going to get a brand new radiator, and I think we can safely assume that the condenser's probably gone. It might just be bent. That's a shame that these are all broken. I mean, again, you know, it might be worth my while keeping it and just having a go and see if I can repair it. You never know. I might be able to do it. If I've got all the bits, using the old hot welding and the plastic filler, I think it's worth a go. Headlight wise, I think it's okay. I think it's just the tabs. That bit's not broken, the all important bit that
snaps off. Oh, this tab's gone as well. That's a shame. But as I say, I've ordered some tab repair kits. They did try and deliver them yesterday, but for some reason my Ring doorbell didn't ring, and they've taken them back. And they haven't delivered them today, of course, because they don't do that. They don't, the post office. And they're on strike tomorrow and Saturday, so I'm not going to get them until the new year. Well, till between Christmas and New Year, I suppose, which is really frustrating. So yeah, headlight kit for both sides. I don't know whether all the tabs will be broken. Probably on this one, it's probably just that. All 3 tabs might be gone on that one, or certainly 2 of them anyway. But yeah, I think what I'm going to do it in a minute. Actually, I'm going to take these top bits out and have a look. So I'm intrigued to see whether the condenser's gone, as I say, because I think I might. This takes new gas, doesn't it? Which is really expensive. It's like over £100, 120 quid or something stupid to top up with a new gas. So if I can, I'm going to resurrect it. I'll have to obviously try it as well, depending on the state of it. Try it and make sure it does actually hold the gas, or is holding the gas. We'll check the oil in a second as well, but that is so destroyed. Look at the state of that air filter as well. That is black. Definitely needs a service. Now this has done just over 50,000 miles. 2018. I was contemplating whether to get the cam belt done or not. I don't think I will, to be honest, seeing as it's only 4 years old. I don't think it really needs it. Maybe in a year or 2 they could get it done, but I don't think there's any point in me spending that money on that. I don't think that's really necessary. And I know some of you will say do it, but I don't think it's necessary. So yeah, I'm going to get those bolts undone, and I'm going to take those bits off, and then we'll have a look at the condenser and see what sort of state it's in. Right. This was only meant to be a walk around, but of course I need to sort of try and evaluate what I need, because Christmas is almost here. There's obviously going to be a delay in getting any parts that I order anyway. So the more I can find out about now, the better. The better. It's difficult to get out. Dear, state of it. Oh, that's that one. These are bigger, these bolts, than they are in the pre-facelift. So I'll point that out. And also, there's more of them as well. And these have a little extra bit just here. This bit that's riveted in. I don't know why. Never seen the point of that. Oh, don't lose that. It would be nice to be able to repair this. Right. That's all I need to take out for now, just that top bit. Oh dear, no, we can't use that. Let me show you. It's well knackered. It might be holding it, but it's too damaged. I'll just have to have the expense. Look at that. Yeah, that's destroyed. That is completely destroyed. So yeah, radiator, front panel, and condenser. Let's have a look at these chassis legs. I can't see it. Oh, it's gone nowhere near the chassis leg. You can see it straight. That one's fine. And the damage is this side, isn't it? I can't. It's too dark down there. No, I can see they're straight. Yeah, it's not touched it. And the bars look completely fine, which is good because they're an expense. They are an expense. Yeah. That's it then, really. That's it for your walk around, I think. Oh, bonnet, of course, obviously. Bonnet, the most obvious thing of the lot, apart from the bumper. None in colour. I knew it was going to be a problem getting them. So I've got a bit of a quandary on what to do as regards the bonnet. Reason being that they are quite difficult to get in this colour. There were none on eBay, there were none anywhere else. I've had a search around, can't find any in colour. I've got a car sitting out there with one, but I wouldn't have one for that car. But, excuse me, I'm just going to sneeze. Sorry about that. So I can either buy one in colour, buy one in another colour. I'm not buying a pattern one because they're rubbish. Bumpers are fine, bonnets are absolute rubbish. I can either buy one in another colour, a genuine one, and have a go and paint it myself and take a chance and see what happens, or I can do the same thing but take it to a body shop and get them to paint it. However, is this going to be one of those colours that's difficult to match? I'm not really sure whether it is or not. It could well be, and I don't want to end up with a bonnet that is light, because they always do tend to go light rather than dark. Ideally, it will be paint the bonnet, blow in the wings and the bumper if need be. And if that's the case, that's obviously quite a lot more expense than me having a go myself. So I'm in your hands. What do you think I should do? Bearing in mind the time of year, it's not ideal for painting. My plan for the new year is to get myself a small 2 metre by 2 metre gazebo, put it in the garden, get a heater in it, and do some painting in it. That's my plan for the new year, to do more stuff, because the more painting I've done, the more confident I'm getting. However, something as such in your face as a bonnet might be slightly more difficult to, you know, get a good job. But that new 1K lacquer I'm using, and my painting has got so much better that I'm sort of confident that I can make a decent job of it. So I'm sort of erring on the side of, should we give it a go? What do you think? Should I do it? Should I try and give it a go and see what it's, one, see how it comes out, and two, whether the colour matches or not. What's the chances out of a can? Don't know. I suppose I could blend in the wings, I suppose, myself. Pushing the boundary a little bit for an amateur like myself, but I don't know. What do you think I should do? Do you think I should have a go and do that? Because obviously that can't be repaired, that bonnet is an absolute toast, that is. Let me know what you think. Should I have a go? So just finally, before we wrap up, no sound at the stereo. The stereo's on AM for some reason, so we'll turn that off for a minute. So no phone controls. We got steering controls, but we've only got stereo controls on the steering wheel. And of course we have got aircon. We've got traction control as well, which is nice. Apart from that, it's just the usual, really. So the stereo is exactly the same as in a Pop, but we've got aircon, we've got alloy wheels. The seats are the same that's in the facelift Pop as well. So yeah, pretty much the same apart from that. So yeah, 53,253 miles. I've got no service history with it. As I say, the usual stereo, which is the orange display. If this had phone controls, I'll tell you what it has got, which I saw in the pictures: cruise control. That's quite rare. That's got to be an option, isn't it? But that's quite rare to have, which is nice. Let's check the indicator business. No, that all looks okay. So we haven't got a dodgy dash. That's nice. Yeah. So yeah, cruise control. That's quite a nice thing to have. Never had I have had one 500 with cruise control, but I never used it. But I'll have to give it obviously I need to test it and make sure it works. But yeah, it's quite a nice car. It will be quite a nice car. Yeah, what do you think? But yeah, let me know what you think about the bonnet, what I should do on that. Obviously, runs, drives, 1 key. As it's an 18 plate, I will get another key cut. I shall get Roy the locksmith down. Roy, if you're watching, I don't know if he watches me or not actually, but Roy, if you're watching, I'll give you a call in the new year. We'll get another key done for this. So let's just quickly go over it again. What do we need? Bonnet, airbox, radiator, front panel, condenser, bumper, headlight lugs. That should be it. Number plate survived, so we don't need those. Oh, DRL as well, of course. Well, possibly a DRL, but we don't know until we get the bumper right off completely. So that's it. That is your walk around. So yeah, welcome to Project Kylie, the Popstar. Let us know what you think of the car. It's sort of back to my bread and butter work, isn't it? It's not a quick turnaround like a couple of quick turnarounds I've had recently. And I do still have a demand for cars, less demand for these because it will be more expensive. So I would imagine I'll be selling this for at least 5k, probably a bit more, possibly a bit more, as it's an 18 plate. I'm not sure, I'll have to see what 18 plate Popstars are going for with that sort of mileage, but I sort of estimate around the £7 grand mark, maybe more. So I think at least £5 grand for this one, possibly 5 1/4. Don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But yeah, let me know what you think. And yeah, give us your comments. Look forward to them. And I hope you had a nice Christmas yesterday. Seems strange saying that 3 days before Christmas. But yeah, I hope you had a nice Christmas yesterday. Hope you're enjoying Boxing Day, relaxing, watching this video. Yeah, so we'll see you. We'll see you on the other car that looked like this first before we make a start on this. Because we have got to get that finished, because I want to get that up for sale probably between Christmas and New Year, depending on the weather. But it's not, because as you know, there's not much to do. The white one I'm hoping is going to go tomorrow. I've got a little bit of an issue with that, which I will go into on the video for that car. But yeah, until then, we'll see you sometime between Christmas and New Year. Not sure when that will be, but yeah, videos will be coming along soon. We've got some content for you, and I'll be doing a little video of what we're going to try and do next year as well, the plans that I've got for next year, and we'll go into that at a later date. So as always, thank you for watching. Welcome to Project Kylie. Looking forward to doing this one. Going to take some pictures, some before pictures now, and get some up on Instagram as well. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll already know about this car. Thanks for watching. As always, take care, stay safe, Happy New Year, and we'll see you on the next one.